Have you ever had your affair exposed by a parrot at Petco? I wasn't having an affair. Let me be clear about that. But try explaining that to 40 strangers at Petco when a parrot starts screaming about Jessica from yoga. My wife had sent me to get dog food for our golden retriever. Simple errand, in and out. But I'd always been fascinated by the rescue parrots they kept near the entrance, so I stopped to look. The African gray was particularly chatty that day. Hello, it squawked. Pretty bird. Hey buddy, I said, leaning closer to its cage. That's when it happened. Jessica from yoga is so hot, the parrot screamed in what was unmistakably a man's voice. Don't tell my wife. The entire store went silent. Every customer, every employee, every animal stopped to stare at me. That's not, I stammered. Jessica's coming over tonight, the parrot continued. Wife at book club. A woman holding a bag of cat litter gasped. The teenage cashier pulled out his phone. An elderly man shook his head in disgust. I don't even do yoga, I protested to the growing crowd. Gonna get that divorce, baby? The parrot added helpfully. My phone rang. It was my wife. Of course it was. Why is Margaret from my Pilates class texting me about you and someone named Jessica? She asked. I'm at Petco. There's a parrot. A parrot? Bend it like Jessica, the bird screeched. Was that you? My wife asked, voice deadly calm. No, it's the parrot. The parrot is saying it. Sure, blame the bird, Richard. I'm not Richard. But she'd hung up. The store manager approached, looking concerned. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. You're disturbing the animals. The parrot is disturbing me. Jessica's yoga pants, the bird added for flavor. I tried explaining to anyone who would listen. The parrot wasn't repeating my words. I'd never said any of this. But mob mentality had taken over. Someone's TikTok titled Cheater Exposed by Truth-Telling Parrot was already getting views. That's when actual Richard showed up. He rushed in looking panicked, saw the crowd around the parrot, and went white. Oh no, Richard's here, the parrot announced triumphantly. Sexy yoga, Richard. The crowd turned to him. Richard looked between the parrot and me, calculating his options. That's my bird, he admitted quietly. I donated him last week after my wife found out about things. The silence was deafening. Your bird has been framing innocent people, I shouted. I didn't know he'd repeat it. I talked to him about stuff when I was alone, like therapy, but cheaper. Therapy's for quitters, the parrot added. Jessica understands me. The manager rubbed his temples. So you, he pointed at Richard, taught your parrot about your affair, then donated it to us? My wife said it was the bird or me. Chose wrong, the parrot cackled. The crowd started dispersing, though several people kept filming. The teenage cashier looked disappointed. This plot twist sucks. I called my wife back. Check TikTok. There's a whole saga. 20 minutes later, she texted, bring home wine, and maybe we should get a fish instead of a bird. Richard was negotiating with the manager to take his parrot back. Apparently, Jessica from yoga had dumped him. His wife had filed for divorce, and now he wanted his confidant back. You're sleeping on the couch, the parrot told him. Still better than my current situation, Richard muttered. I grabbed the dog food and headed for checkout, passing the fish section. Safe, quiet fish that couldn't destroy marriages or frame innocent bystanders. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. This is Jessica from yoga. Is this Richard's new number? Your bird misses you. I blocked it immediately. The video went viral, of course. Parrot exposes affair at Petco got 10 million views. I became a meme, innocent bystander guy. People recognized me for weeks, asking if I'd heard from Jessica. Petco called a month later. They'd implemented a new policy. No accepting donated birds without a full behavioral assessment. They called it the Richard Rule. And the parrot? Last I heard, it was living with Richard's ex-wife. She taught it new phrases like alimony pays for everything and Richard's a cheater. Sometimes, late at night, I wonder if that bird is still out there, traumatizing pet store customers with Richard's secrets. But mostly, I shop at PetSmart now. Their parrots only know how to say hello.